This is for those parents out there who face a screaming child. So what do you do when your child is screaming? Number 1, do you scream with them? Ah! Number 2, do you scold them? Shout at them? Number 3, do you ignore them? Pretend they don't exist? Though I'm inclined to do number 1 myself, it doesn't always work. It momentarily shocks the child, but if you do it all the time, then they get encouraged sometimes and continue to do it. Number 2 doesn't really help either, because they might not necessarily understand why you are screaming or shouting at them. And sometimes simply just saying stop, don't do it, it doesn't really explain why they shouldn't do it. See, even though a child is young and you might think, oh, they don't understand what's going on, they don't know, they can't comprehend, they can't think, which is partially true because the brain is still in development. But you must understand that at the end of the day, children do know what's going on. You think about it. When you were a child, didn't you have emotional memories of what happened to you? How your parents treated you when a certain incident happened, when you were wronged, when you were misunderstood, when you were hurt, when you were in pain, when something happened and you didn't understand? Who says children doesn't understand? They do. They just understand it not from reason or logic. They understand it from the heart, from emotions. This comes from how you mirror to them emotional regulation, and how they understand what you are trying to say to them based on how they respond or react to you. So what should you do? For children without a sense of safety, meaning you are not a parent who is consistent, structured, who understands what is emotional nurturance, I'm not saying you're at fault. People who don't know how to do that most probably never received that in their own childhoods and grew up to be unable to parent even themselves. How can they parent and nurture another human being? But just because you never had that doesn't mean you can't learn now. The first thing to do is to acknowledge. Validation works wonders. Even simply reiterating back to them, are you angry? Are you sad? What are you feeling right now? Is it because you want that toy? Is it because you want my attention? Yes, kids have very limited language understanding, words to use to convey their speech. However, you can still simplify it for them. And you can give suggestions. As the adult, you cannot expect your child to be able to convey like an adult how they feel, what's triggering them, what's hurting them, how they think. That's only possible once they have gained enough self-awareness and have a fully developed brain. This act of parenting is honestly, a lot of the times, extremely intuitive. But that does not mean reasoning doesn't come in, because it does. More importantly, it comes from you as the parent to calm the F down. Because if you as the parent are not calm, your child will never feel safe. Not just with you, but even with themselves and everywhere else they go in their life as they grow older. Do you know how scary that is? To never feel safe. So, my first suggestion, learn meditation. Like seriously, learn how to meditate or calm the F down. Secondly, nervous system rewiring. Very important for emotional regulation. Number 3, get yourself into reparenting. Whether it's through therapy, inner work, or life coaching, or even counseling, simply get yourself into reparenting your own inner child, your own pain. Number 4, learn how to om. Literally, learn how to Om. This is a universal sound of wisdom of the universe, and this is a source medicine. It's a medicine for the soul. Anyone who listens to Om and chants Om, especially from a vibrational level, you feel it in your throat, in your chest. This brings you back to peace immediately. And this works on every single child. Okay? And it also resets your nervous system. It helps you feel safe. So practice that. These are ways to simply respond in a more different, alternative way than what you have learned so far. Because at the end of the day, many people do not understand that children's emotions must be met from an emotional standpoint and highly spiritual standpoint, not from a logical standpoint that only works for adults, not for children. So throw out everything else you have learned and come for my coaching workshop on parenting 101 instead. DM me for more. All the best.